What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Jay Renee with Prison Ride Radio. I hope that you're doing well. This afternoon, I got my brother, Knowledge Born, on the phone. We're going to talk a little bit more about what's going on with him and his situation. I know you've seen the phone zap, but we're going to dive a little deeper so y'all can have a little better perspective on it. All right, so we're about to jump right in there. All right, bro. Thanks for pulling up again.
Yes, indeed. Peace, this Knowledge Born God. I love calling the CSP Solano, talking to my sister Jay Renee. We're talking about AB 1226, where it states that, we are entitled and we are supposed to be, it's a law. It states AB 1226, corrections, placing of incarcerated persons, where it states that me being from Oakland, California, I am to be placed no longer than 90 miles away from my home. And Chapter 9 speaks of the health conditions of my family as well as myself. My health conditions are bad. I've been on death row for the last 35 years. And being on death row, I was sitting by an alarm system, which caused my deafening in my ears. And so I wear hearing aids. I walk with a limp after being shot on the yard and having nerve damage in my neck. So they put a titanium plate in my neck. So I walk with a limp and I have to use a cane. At the same time, I'm sitting in TSP Solano. I came down. I got off death row. And so now they're trying to send me to Pelican Bay in Crescent City.
Right.
There's no way possible that my family, my auntie who is 83, my uncle 85, my oldest cousin is 72, 73 years old, my youngest cousin is 54. Right. No way possible that they will be able to see me way down there.
Right.
So, and this is go ahead.
Oh, no, what I was going to say is, so I'm going to make sure I include the link so the listeners can go and read it for itself, but I wanted to read a snippet of it. And it says, existing law requires the Secretary of Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation to assign a prisoner to an institution of the appropriate security level and gender population nearest to the prisoner's home, unless other classification factors make such a placement unreasonable. And you don't...
This call and/or telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
And you don't fall under unreasonable. What is unreasonable from what I've seen, just being in close proximity, is I feel like this is retaliation. They never wanted the 5%ers knowledge to come to that prison. And it's been an issue. It's been a fight the whole time. They've tried to corrupt it. They've tried to infiltrate it. And they have an issue with it in its entirety, just the fact of what it practices, preaches, and teaches. From what I've seen from the outside looking in, they try to find ways to do things to you to corrupt that because they kind of want you to shut up. And you're not a shut up, lay down type of person. You stand up, you're a man. And they've never liked to see black men do that, if you're going to be honest.
Correct. So, and to piggyback on what you said, you're absolutely correct about me bringing the 5% Nation of God's and Earth to CSP Solano, where they also have the Nation of Islam here. We're not the Nation of Islam. Anybody from the Nation of Islam cannot be a leader in the 5% Nation of God's and Earth. So therefore, when I brought the 5% Nation of God's and Earth, which we do not teach of a spooky God, we do not teach of a spookism. The Nation of Islam does. Therefore, when I brought the 5% Nation of God's and Earth to this institution, I received backlash from this institution, which caused me to have to go on a hunger strike. From there, I got the attention of the community resource manager, and in the process of that, I was written up by two officers, one who I had already 602, which is Diaz, about his religious disrespect and violation of RUPA by snatching the list down for people to sign up because the email told me to make lists, so I put a list up in every building. In Building 6, Officer Diaz snatched it down, so I 602'd him. It was denied because they take care of their own. No doubt. I still 602'd him and kept it moving. Yet and still, his retaliation was to piggyback on a 115 by M. Spencer, who said I was out of bounds, but Diaz said that I refused to go to my cell, which is not true. I asked to speak to the sergeant, which is all right. And he wrote on the 115 that I did ask to speak to the sergeant. He handed me a 602, and the 602 is a grievance form. The grievance form allowed me to look at the grievance form and point out to Mr. Diaz that, hey, on this grievance form it said, have you tried to informally resolve this issue? I told him that's what I'm doing now. I'm asking to speak to the sergeant. He stepped back and he pushed his buzzer, saying that I was seemed agitated and I seemed non-compliant, which was untrue. And looking at the video, you can see I'm not neither, yet the video doesn't have sound. So in that instance, I was taken to the sergeant's office. Not only that, I am responsible for the pre-entry program that's about to happen here, because the individual that went with me, that was witnessing me bringing the 5% Nation of God and others to the institution, also came with me, and we began to create I-Care, which is self-created alliances for rehabilitation or evolution. In that process, he began to create a entry program, and he had in organizations where he would want the organizations to come in. I myself did the same thing. So at that point in time, he began to talk to Vanderventer, which is the education department. So we began to build this program, and at the same time, I began to get a Project Rebound, outshots of Project Rebound throughout California. Project Rebound began to email Vanderventer, from San Francisco State University, Hayward, Los Angeles, Sonoma, Sacramento, Long Beach, everywhere. They began to email Vanderventer wanting to come into the institution to educate our youth to stay out of prison. They want to come in to the institution, not sit up and mail letters, which self-help programs are very good. But these organizations want to come in on the pre-entry fair and educate the youth about getting out and staying. Okay, so the institution began to find ways to say, okay, we're going to leave you here. We're not going to move you. We're just going to we're going to keep your level 3 override, and we're going to send you to another level 3 institution. Okay.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
2 weeks later, they came back and said, CSR said, we got to ask you if you'll go to a non-designated program facility. I told them I don't know what that is, and, I'm good. So they told me they're going to take my level 4 override and send me to a level 4 institution. I said, okay, New Folsom or Salinas Valley. Those are the closer areas to where I live. I found out now that they want to send me to Pelican Bay in Crescent City. They come to my door, tell me I'll pack up and all this. I know that's a violation of the law. So there you have it.
Yeah, they're trying to take advantage of the situation and break the law. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yes, they are.
So, bro, I've kind of been there through the steps and the things that you've been going through. I want you to explain to the people the type of games that they play there. You was telling me about a situation that, brought you some trouble, and you was just following orders. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So my counselor, which is Mr. Collecty, his name is Collecty, a black man, you know what I mean? He told me, again, he took me to classification twice on the same 115. This is all about 115. I only had 115. So he took me back to classification 2 weeks later and said CSR said they're going to pull my level. They want me to go back to classification so they can ask me about this non-designated program facility. I don't know nothing about it. I'm good on that. So he in turn said, well, we're going to have to take your level 4 override and send you to a level 4 institution. So, okay, send me to New Folsom or Salinas Valley. He said, okay, we put you up Salinas Valley or New Folsom. No problem. So now, as time go on, I begin to approach him and say, man, I thought you said that, I wasn't going to go nowhere, because he had been telling me, well, we're going to keep the level 3 override and we're not going to send you anywhere. So don't worry about it. So I kept getting at him about that situation, what he said, but which was a lie. So he came to my cell and he told me, we're going to have to take you back to classification. And this is the second time about the NDF program, non-designated program facility. But one thing was strange about this situation is that he asked me, well, he didn't ask me anything. He said, oh, yeah, and I got this email this morning. And this email states, Jarvis Masters is your enemy. I said, what? He said, yeah, Jarvis Masters is on your enemy list. I don't even know nothing about no Jarvis Masters being my enemy. But yet still, when I was on death row, Jarvis Masters was on death row, and he ended up on a SNY yard on death row, and he was in an SNY yard in prison. So now I figured, well, okay, they want him here and they want me gone. And so I began to talk to Coletti. He said, well, have your people call the warden. Now, you need to get in touch with the warden. You need to get in touch with the AW to stop the 115, because that's the only way you're going to be able to do it. So I began to I got at the associate warden, which is Chris Sino. He said, man, don't worry about it. I got at Jason Schultz, which was warden. Jason Schultz told me, man, don't worry about it. I'm in the LWAP group, and the LWAP group meets on every Monday. Jason Schultz came in there personally, which Chris Sino. He said, hey, man, and at that point in time, I told him about the 115, about M. Spencer. He said, you ain't going nowhere. As soon as Jason Schultz leaves, I end up on B yard headed to Pelican Bay. However, what my sister is talking about, the games they play, my cousin called up here and talked to Coletti. Basically told my cousin, hey man, I ain't got nothing to do with that. But yet and still, I go to class and I'm sitting in front of Coletti, and I'm sitting in front of M. Cummings, Mr. Cummings. Mr. Cummings has been in my application since I've been here. And both of them is telling me, after they done told one of the captains, oh, don't worry about Stanley, I'll sit in for you for Stanley. So Mr. Cummings sat in for a captain, which Captain Cross also assured me that I wouldn't be going nowhere. See, all these people are showing me that I wouldn't be going nowhere because I'm not a problem.
Right.
I'm not a problem. I don't use drugs. I don't use cell phones. I don't do none of that. So they had a memo come out saying all those that creates violence, that politics and gang violence and uses drugs, we're going to find a place for you. My situation is not nowhere near that. I asked to speak to the sergeant. And all these gangs, from Coleckley, from Cross, and all these, from Cummings, and all these people, and this Gregario woman, all these people playing games. They saying they ain't got nothing to do with it. Hey, man, talk to this person. Oh, you ain't going nowhere. But yet and still, they still pushing the process for me to be transferred into a situation where I'm 90 million miles away from my home.
Right, and it's an illegal move. It's an illegal move. But the situation that I'm thinking about is when your counselor told you to go somewhere and then you went, and when they asked him, he act like he didn't tell you to go there. You remember what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, he told. Yes, I do. He told me, Counselor Coleckley told me to go talk to A.W. Sino, Chris Sino. He said, man, you need to talk to A.W. Chris Sino. So I got a pass to go see the A.W. Chris Sino. Once I got a pass to go see A.W. Chris Sino, I'm sitting out of the program complex And I asked the officer to go in there and ask this casino if I could speak with him. The officer went in there and called Colecti because he asked me, he told you to come down and talk to him. I said, Colecti, my counselor. He went in there and called Colecti. Colecti said, I didn't tell him to go down there and talk to the AW. And I'm like, what? He said, yeah, I didn't tell him to go down there and talk to the AW. I told him he had to send a 22 form. So I went immediately right back to Colecti. And I said, hey, man, didn't you just tell me to go talk to AW?
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
1 second. What's up? Yeah. You got to go and talk to Christino. So I went and talked to Christino. Y'all got to excuse me. I was the officer at the door doing count. So once I was denied talking to Christino because Colecti said he did not send me down there, I went and talked to Colecti. And at that point in time, I looked at this black man, and I knew that point in time I could not trust this black man because this black man just sit here and told me a lie and put me in a position where I could not trust him. He told me to go holler at this man. I got a pass to go talk to this man. They tried to confirm it, and the counselor told them he did not tell me to go down there. So these are the games that they play. You're right, sis, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. So tell the people, what would you like them to do to support you?
One more time, please.
I said, what would you like the people to do and the public to do to support you? Like, how can we help you?
Well, what you can do is, see, right now, my people are trying to get in here to visit me while I'm here. My auntie, my cousin, my other cousins. They're old. My cousins just had operations. My auntie had operations. They've been moving slow. So y'all can get at me on my GTF. Y'all can get at a classification service unit. Classification service unit is headquarters. And headquarters is in Sacramento. Please contact headquarters and let them know that they're violating the law. Read the law and know exactly what you're saying to them because they're violating the law and they're doing it. And if you don't nobody care, they'll continue to do it. Not only that, they have an officer named M. Spencer that works here. Everybody in the prison is 602 this man. And they still got him here. And he's targeting people going to board. Anybody going to board that has been clean for a very long time, no 115s or nothing. He will find a way to give them a 115 so that they will go to board and be denied parole. That's what he does. And that's why I was targeted. I believe you will put the phone numbers for the headquarters. Okay, so y'all contact headquarters and classification service unit and voice your opinion about the law and please and tell them they should keep me here because I've brought programs through here. I've programmed. I have done nothing wrong. All I did was ask to speak to the sergeant. They can review the 115. They can review the 128 chronos. They can review all those counseling chronos. That 115 should be nothing more than a counseling chrono because nowhere on that 115 did they say if you do not lock up, you will receive a 115. That would have been my verbal warning. That would have been my 128 warning. They did not say that. They did not say anything of that nature. Period. They just wrote me a 115 and said that I supposed to refuse to lock up when in fact I didn't. I asked to speak to the sergeant.
I got you. All right, bro. So, and with the
I appreciate y'all support.
And with the mathematics of the day.
Mathematics of the day is understanding the cipher. You know what I'm saying? All born to understanding. And the degree in the meat is how was the devil made? Tell us what and how the devil was made. The devil was made by grabbing and separating from the original black man. In the original black man's body, there's two germs, the black germ and the brown germ. Yakub, with his laws on birth control, separated the brown germ from the black germ and continued that process and made it white. Also, Yakub, with his process of birth control and begin to thin the blood of the original man. When he began to thin the blood of the original man, the germ became weak and wicked and was no longer original. Thus, this is how the devil was made.